Hello, my name is Julian Lang. I'm a senior solutions architect working here at AWS. I will guide you through our demo, accelerating trailer creation through agentic AI-driven automation. So building recaps, trailers, and promos for broadcasting and streaming content usually takes quite a lot of time. Looking through the material, writing a storyline, and finding the matching scenes for what you're actually trying to show. In this demo, we show you how you can accelerate these existing workflows, but also enable new workflows, like, for example, creating trailers or social media content for your long-tail content that previously would not have been worth the investment. So let's dive into the demo. I will first give you an overview with the architecture of what we've built, and then show you some of the solutions in more detail. Here you can see the architecture of the demo, but let me walk you through it step by step. First, we're using the guidance for a media lake on AWS. This is a solution guidance that is publicly available, and you can easily deploy this in your own AWS account. It is basically a central system for searching and managing media assets stored on AWS. With this, we are triggering a workflow for our asset, which we want to create a trailer for. We've built a simple workflow with AWS step functions and AWS Lambda as a compute layer. This simple workflow allows us to generate a storyline for a trailer and also doing the pre-selection of the clips that we want to use for the trailer. The first step in this process is getting metadata about the content. This can be in our case, for example, coming from the media lake, but this is also something that you can pull from other systems. In this case, you can also use 12 Labs or Amazon Nova on Bedrock as a helper for that. The actual analysis part and the clip selection and the storyline generation is happening as a combination of Amazon Nova on Bedrock and 12 Labs. 12 Labs allows us to do a contextual analysis of the video, and you can also use prompts to, for example, generate a storyline or also do a pre-selection of clips. 12 Labs Pegasus model, the model that we're using here, is also available on Amazon Bedrock, which allows you to easily experiment with the prompting capabilities that we are using for this demo. Once we are done with the pre-selection of the clips, we're just sending out the summary to the following processes. An alternative way is also to use another system to generate the clips or find out the clips. Here as an example, we are highlighting the generating highlights and trailers with agents, automating highlights and trailer creation demo. This is a demo that allows you to pre-select the clips with the help of an AI agent. But this can obviously also come from any other ways of pre-selecting the clips and then sending it out to further processing. For decoupling these two steps and combining potentially multiple systems, we're using Amazon Event Bridge and Amazon SQS to decouple the previous clip selection after following processing. As the next step in the process, we're using Embrace's Automated. This is a media-oriented promo versioning and automated content generation solution. The solution itself includes a low-code orchestration engine, which you will see later, which also allows you to automate complex tasks. The nice thing here, it also fully automates the usage of Adobe After Effects. And this comes in very handy for this trailer generation workflow. In our case, Embrace's Automated is running on EC2 in a VPC. It also integrates with CodeMill's Accurate Video Edit, which in our case we're using as a manual human-in-the-loop step to adjust and manually edit the clips that we pre-selected. Once we are done with the pre-selection, we continue the process, and then the actual rendering is happening in Adobe After Effects. Once the rendering is done with Adobe After Effects, which is using Amazon FSx as a rendering storage, it is then sent to Amazon S3 again, which allows us to send this back to the Media Lake on AWS. After going through the architecture now, let's take a look at some of the tools in more detail. Here you can see the Media Lake web UI, and this is also the first step in our process. I already opened some of the sample assets that we uploaded here. In this case, I want to create a trailer for this asset. I can select it, and then I can start a manual pipeline trigger. In this case, I want to start the trailer generation workflow. After confirming it, it will start the whole process or start the pipeline. And once that is done, we can see the final result of the clip selection in the next step of the process. Here you can see the web UI of Embrace's Automated. And in this case, we can see the low-code editor, in this case, one of the sequence that we've built for the demo that basically takes the file from S3 and opens our code editor and then processes it further. In this other window here, you can see the jobs that we just created. So those were basically clip selections that we did previously with 12 Labs and Nova. And here we have the according jobs for that. All of these jobs require manual action. So here we can see the asset that we selected or that we want to create a trailer for. Once we select it, we can see that the preview windows are filled, and we can also see the markers for the clips that were pre-selected. Each marker also contains a short description. This is something that we also generate during the clip selection phase, which basically says what should happen in the clip or why the clip was selected. You can select individual clips that should be moved to the timeline, but in our case, I just want to have all the clips in my timeline. Now I can look at the clips, and for example, I can play them back and figure out that this clip, in this case, for example, needs to be shortened to here, because I don't want to have the rest of the scene here. I can just shorten the clip, and that removes that part of the scene that I don't want to have. I can also add additional clips if the selection doesn't fit to what I'm trying to do, or adjust what I can see here. Once I'm satisfied with the result, I can publish it and then accept the job. And this will start the rendering process with Adobe After Effects. So this will move through the pipeline, and now After Effects will take the clip selection. It will apply any animations, transitions, intro cards, and so on, and then put out the final trailer. This concludes our short demonstration. I hope you got a good overview and have a good idea of what you can do with the tools that I just showed.